Hi, I'm Leon, and this is my video review of the Air Warriors Exterminator. Yeah, this one says Eradicator. I'll talk about that in a second. Let's get into it. First, why does my blaster say Eradicator instead of Exterminator? Well, that's because this is a re-release, and Eradicator isn't actually the first name it went by. First it went by the Tactical Storm, then it went by the Eradicator when it got re-released to, I think, Adventure Force under Walmart. And then finally it's in your local Dollar General called the Exterminator. It's basically the same blaster, except the mag that's included is different. Go figure. But apart from that, everything is the exact same. So for all point of reference, this is the same exact blaster as the Exterminator, as it is the Tactical Storm. The good news is, this blaster is several years old, so I can actually talk about it pretty fondly. First, I want to go ahead and talk about what the Exterminator includes. First, it's going to be the base blaster itself, a twist on kind of really long barrel, and I'll talk about why that's concerning in a second. This really sad stock, and long distance starts, per usual, as well as two 10-round magazines that can be combined into, well, what Nerf called a flip clip. But we can already see problem number one I'm having with this blaster, and this is the same thing on the Exterminator. This is black, like dark gray. That's pretty bad. Sure, the blaster looks futuristic itself, but a black barrel? Come on, guys, we can do better than that. So in order to be safe, I'm going to always recommend that you run the blaster in the combo that it's meant for. It's good for storage, the fact that you can take this exceptionally long barrel off, but the fact that this is basically the only orange you're going to get on the front is really important. So I strongly encourage you to run this no matter what. Even though it makes the blaster a little large, you're going to have to do it. So let's talk about the included mags. Comes with two of the Air Warriors old style of 10-round mags, but it does have these little latches on the bottom, which can allow you to push them together and become a sort of flip clip. Yeah, they're mags, but flip clip is kind of the terming that a lot of people like to use. And then you can go ahead and load it in, prime, and fire. And once you're done, go ahead and flip it over and get a really easy, quick reload while being able to fill the bottom mag that's now empty. It actually is a really, really fun design, and it's real good to have around. It's honestly a particularly, well, quick but painless way of reloading, which actually makes this blaster the complete package, just because you can reload the dead one while the live one is still in the chamber, which honestly is pretty solid. One thing to note, there is no slam fire in this blaster. You can only top fire and do that. No slam fire even if you hold down the trigger. It's fine. No access doors or rails of any kind on this blaster, so the two attachments, which are proprietary, the only ones you can get, which is kind of a shame. The mag release is the old style of Air Warriors mag release, which is this button here. After you prime back, you can go ahead and push this button. You can use your thumb, you can use your whatever you have, really, to go ahead and pull the mag out. And bonus, this one works with Nerf mags and loads them. Yeah, so this one's completely compatible with your Nerf mags, it's compatible with the X-Shot Pro mags, it's compatible with a lot of different things, which makes it a really compelling offering for your next Nerf. Go ahead and talk about some of the more moving parts on this, such as the priming handle, which is just this top portion here. Prime back, pull forward, and then pull the trigger. The trigger itself is fine, and the grip, insanely comfortable. Air Warriors normally really fails at making comfortable grips, but something about the Exterminator just feels really nice in the hand. Like, this thing is super lightweight already, but it's got a nice amount of power behind it, and it fires pretty well and decently hard. Honestly, comfortable grip, lightweight design, and a really smooth magwell, all things considered, make this a really compelling package for those looking for your next primary. I like it. But with that, let's go ahead and see it fire. Shooting at long distance starts first, then a variety of things.
my fault. I tried to double feed.
Honestly, the Exterminator's super underrated. It's, yeah, you can say Retaliator clone, you can call it an Echo clone, but something with this much power behind it is really hard to beat. Plus, the fact that it's compatible with most of the mags on the market right now means that running this thing, regardless of what setup you have, is honestly really easy. And for 20 bucks, this thing is really hard to pass up. It's one of the most capable blasters we've certainly seen in a long time. And the fact that the included kit is really all you need to dominate your next Nerf war, this is going to be a hard blaster to beat, value-wise and practicality-wise, especially for casual Nerfers. It just so happens that because this mag down here is easy to be reloaded, go ahead and flip it around that way. You can just easily reload this, and when you're ready, go ahead and swap the two. Basically meaning all you need is this blaster, maybe a sidearm, and a pocket full of darts, and congratulations, you've now got one of the most potent blasters on the field. This thing shoots harder than most Nerf brand blasters, and honestly, that's incredible. If you don't plan on giving any blasters sort of a second look, I would encourage at least take a look at the Exterminator. The fact of the matter is, it's a really capable package that's compatible with your existing gear. And even if you're just starting out with Nerf, this is probably one of the best blasters for a new Nerfer to get. Easy to field, not much setup, easy to use, decently powerful. There's really not a lot here to even really complain about. In fact, apart from this whole section being black, I've got no complaints about this blaster at all. I think even though the Eradicator is an older model, it still has been running very reliably for several years by this point. You want something that's going to last years? Here you are. Air Warriors might be cheaper, sure. 20 bucks might seem a little high, and I do think it's a little higher. I'd love this thing for 15, but 20 feels perfectly fine for everything you're getting. Honestly, this one has got one of my highest recommendations. If you're looking for your first Nerf blaster, or if you're looking for something new that is decently reliable on the field or compatible with your gear, give the Exterminator a chance. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. But yeah, that's my video review on the Air Warriors Exterminator, Eradicator, Tactical Storm, whatever you call it. I'm really happy that this, I think, 7-year-old blaster is still around. And sure, long distance darts aside, this blaster's fantastic. And now that they're including their new combinable mags in this thing, it's a really, really just impressive package that honestly leaves me kind of wanting no more other than a $5 sale. It's a fun blaster, it's a capable blaster, and it's decently powerful for casual Nerf. So you know what? Go get it. It's really fantastic, and I know you'll enjoy it. But if you like what I do around here, please feel free to like and subscribe. It does help the channel out a bunch. And if you've got kind of any comments about this blaster or questions, I would be glad to answer them. I know a lot of first-time Nerfers are probably wondering, what's the best kind of blaster to get? And while I will be doing a video for that eventually, just know that this blaster is probably number 2, or number 1, or number 3, somewhere around there. Promise you this blaster is going to be on this list, so if you have any questions about it, I'll be happy to answer it. But, of course, you don't have to buy it just because I told you to, even though I really do recommend this one. Only really buy what you need. If you don't see anything too enticing about this one, or you don't have a Dollar General near you, just don't worry about it. You don't have to buy it because the reviewer told you to. And, of course, take it easy.